Welcome to Craft Time with Houston Public Library. My name is Rebecca, and today we're learning how to do modular origami. We're starting out with Sonobe, which is one of the basic units of modular origami and is used to make many shapes. This craft is recommended for ages 8 and up. What we're going to learn to do today is make these little 3D boxes. You can make them out of colored paper, you can make them out of patterned paper. I chose to use colored for today because it's easier to see what I'm doing. So what you need to do this activity is just square paper. I'm using origami paper because that's what I have. If you don't have square paper, you can cut some down to size. As long as it is even and square, this will work. And other than that, the only thing that you need is a flat folding surface. All right, let's get started. You're going to fold from the bottom edge up to the top edge. You want to do your best to make sure that these are lined up and that your folds are nice and creased very well. All right, then we're going to open it back up. We're going to fold from the bottom edge to the middle and then from the top edge to the middle. So you're folding from the bottom edge to the line you just created from your very first fold. And then you're doing the same thing from the top. You're folding down to the line that you created with your first fold. All right, so your paper should look like this. Then we're going to fold your bottom edge up to the top edge. So you are effectively folding your square into quarters right now. So you should have a long, thin rectangle. Then we're going to open this back up. You're going to take your top right corner and you're going to fold it down to create a triangle along the bottom here. All right. Then you're going to take your bottom left corner and you're folding it up to create another triangle, but it's going the opposite direction. All right, so your piece should look like this. Now we're going to open it all the way back up. You can see that there are folds right here along the corners that create triangles. Now right now those folds are going the wrong direction, so we want to fold them in, making these little triangles fold in. Okay, so now your piece should look like this. You're then going to fold your bottom quarter up like this. You're going to take the bottom left corner and along this diagonal crease that we made, you're going to fold it up. So your piece should look like this. You're going to take your top quarter and fold it down. And then you're going to pick this little pocket up and take your top right corner and tuck it underneath along that same diagonal that we just folded under from the bottom. And then we're going to make our creases nice and tight. And so you have a piece that looks like this. This is the basic thing that you're going to need for most geometric origami projects. So we're going to do another one now. I'm just going to show you, still going kind of slow, and then we're going to speed up. You need 6 of these in order to complete a cube. So we're folding up, and then we're opening, folding from the bottom to the center line that we just created with that fold. Folding from the top to that center line that we just created. Then from the bottom up to the top again, so that now you have a quarter size piece of your square that you started with. Open it up, take your top right corner, you're going to fold it down to create a triangle like that. Then you're taking your bottom left corner, you're going to go up to create an opposite triangle, so your piece will look like this. Open the whole thing back up. You're gonna fold in your little triangle here. And then you're gonna fold in your matching triangle up here at the top. All right, so you're gonna fold the bottom quarter in along this diagonal, folding the bottom left-hand corner up, folding the top quarter down. Gonna lift up this pocket, tuck the top right corner into it. Now sometimes, depending on how stiff your paper is, sometimes this part takes a little bit of finagling. All right, there we go. And then make your creases nice and tight. All right, so let's make 4 more of these so we can make our cube. All right, so now you should have 6 different pieces made. And to get them ready to be made into a square, what we're going to do is we're going to take the side that has the folds, going to put it down, and your points are going to fold so that we're making it a square again. Now these don't have to stay this way, this just makes it easy to put together as a cube. So it should look something like this. And let's go ahead and do that for all of them now. All right, so now we have all of our pieces folded. It's time to start putting it together. So if you remember what our box looked like at the beginning, you can see that there's lots of tucking into little pockets, and we're going to get into that, but I know some people are visual. This is what it looks like, what we're going for. All right, so you start with a piece that has the points like this. You're going to take another one, and you're going to line them up. You can tell where the triangles fit together, and you're going to slide the triangle of the second piece into the pocket of the first, like that. And then we're going to do that again. You're going to see there's really only one way that this fits together well. So for your third piece, the second piece is going to go into the top pocket of the third piece. Okay. For this fourth piece, we're going to go back into the bottom pocket of the third piece. So it will look something like this at this point. All right, so now you're going to take it, you're going to fold it together to make a square. And you're like, okay, well great, but this isn't going to stay together, right? So this point, this is the end of the fourth one, tucks into the pocket that it aligns with of the very first of our little folded shapes. And so now we have a little bit more stable cube, but it's not quite there yet. All right, so take your fifth piece, you're going to tuck it in on top of one of the sides that does not have something in it already. So I'm going to take these two pieces from your existing and hold them on the outside. You're going to pull this fifth piece over and we're going to tuck it inside the opposite edge. And now this one, I'm going to tuck in here Again, depending on how stiff your paper is, this takes a little bit of finagling. Okay, now you're going to do the same thing with this other edge. Going to tuck it in. All right, so now we just have this one side. So again, you're going to take your very last piece. There's 2 triangles coming up already, so you want to choose one of the sides that doesn't have a triangle. You're going to tuck one point into a pocket. You're going to carry it across with the existing triangles pointing out. And you're going to tuck this point in on the opposite side. So now it'll look something like this, kind of like a box with backwards rabbit ears. And then we're tucking these points into the pockets that they fit in. And there you go. You now have a 3D box made out of paper with no glue, no tape, just folding. Now these can be used for just fun, for building blocks. They could also be used as present boxes if you wanted to put something inside of it before you closed it up. If you want to make them really stable, you might want to use a piece of tape or a dot of glue to hold things in place. But you don't really need them. As you can see, they're pretty good. Once you get more familiar with making these, you can make larger geometric origami shapes like this, which we will do in a future video. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this craft. Please share your creations with us on social media using the hashtag #ILoveHPL, and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. See you next time.